Wait a second. Is this an ampersand, a symboid, or is it a typographic-on? And why are they teasing that movie before we've even gotten Challenge of the Geometrons?
Asking questions does not automatically necessitate a sin.
Hang on, we gotta find a place to land.
Rick comes here to collect space debris while being unprepared to deal with space debris, so an emergency landing can be born and the will of the episode fulfilled.
And are you saying that's something Rick wouldn't do? Because if so, then you clearly haven't been paying attention to the 7 seasons prior to this episode. And besides, he was distracted by his conversation with Morty.
Clones. Biotrash.
After all the Rick die repeating and daughter cloning, you'd think Rick would be less flippant about the otherwise conceived, or that the episode would wink at us as a reminder that it knows that it's been leaning pretty hard on the clone-driven storylines.
He starts out by saying that Rick shouldn't be so flippant about clones, which is bullshit because Rick is an asshole, and then he pivots to claiming that the episode should wink at us for the clone storylines, which is just a really weird deflection that isn't actually a sin.
What's that guy's deal? Morty, I can't imagine anything worse than having to know.
You don't have to imagine at all, because I'll tell you that by the end of this episode, we will witness a fun John Wickian murder spree, but never get much insight into this Rick's deal beyond his previous employment, or have any clue as to what this corn slurry is used for.
He's Homesteader Rick, and if you had simply watched the episode, then you would know that his deal is that he wants to be left alone, but when the Ricks attack, he ends up wanting revenge. Just watch the show.
Not choosing a more expansive license plate with a higher character limit, so you
Skip.
Are you one of us? Did we have an overalls guy? Just trying to leave with my stuff.
The fact that just answering yes to this question would have probably worked, and that this Rick is, for some reason, not being Rick enough to try it.
Which is part of his characterization. As Homesteader Rick, he wants to be left alone in peace, and he thinks that if he gives everyone else that kind of treatment, then it will be returned. Discount Jeremy doesn't understand characterization.
Just making small talk. Long elevator.
This fun NPC banter, which I'm being forced to experience. It's like the elevator ride is only here to mask the fact that the next level is loading.
He calls it fun, and then complains about how much he doesn't like it. Does Discount Jeremy not know what fun means, or is he admitting that he hates fun? Either way.
I can monologue while we wait.
Roll textbook villainy.
That's the joke.
You ever wonder why I'm an overweight Southern Railroad baron?
Don't know, don't care. Mostly because the answer will have nothing to do with Taco Bell or Railroad Tycoon. Also, the gang of Ricks used precious time and resources to kill his animals, trash his farm, and leave him a poop-scrawled message, as if they knew he would have the fortitude of Rasputin. It's a lot of credit to give a farmer Rick that you only met seconds before shooting a bazillion times.
Right, and this is perfectly in line with their characters as different versions of Rick. What do you not get about this? Don't you watch TV shows for a living?
I'll buy Homesteader Rick's truck computer matching a shard glass to a bottle from a specific brewery on a completely different planet. What I want to see is how he managed to fish this specific piece of glass out of the rubble of an entire town without scanning it and finding out that it matches a bottle from a specific brewery on a completely different planet.
Because he found it without scanning? Is that it? God damn.
I'm off to a dimension where racism is cool.
Isn't racism's whole deal spreading irrational fear and anger? Like, if there was a dimension where everyone was just cool with it, would anyone really enjoy it? Or is this like an aesthetic thing where racism has slick back hair and a leather jacket and says things like, "Hey"?
Presumably, it would be the United States anytime after the 2025 presidential election. Wait, this is America. Racism has always been accepted here.
And what's your big plan? I mean, after I teabag your mom?
I don't see what's funny about offering to have afternoon tea with someone's mother.
You're not funny and nobody likes you.
It just struck me how often we've seen children die on this show. Sure, it's mostly just different versions of the one kid, but still a lot of child death.
Right, and what's the sin? I mean, if you were sinning real life, then child death would be one of the big ones. But you're not. You're sinning this specific episode of Rick and Morty. So if you can't think of a legitimate sin or a funny joke, then just don't say anything at all.
The best Morty cloning scientist. And from the looks of these boys, he's still got it.
Big Rick would have come to the opposite conclusion had he seen the state of the pigs at the farm. The sin is making assumptions based on incomplete information.
You think a southern plantation owner type should be waiting for more information before making a conclusion? That just wouldn't make any sense. The next 2 sins in a row are both unfunny jokes that fall flat on their stupid faces.
All right now, think that's large enough.
Title of my sex tape?
Discount Jeremy makes a cringeworthy sex tape joke that isn't funny cliché.
Critiquing this show for its impossible technology and devices may be pedantic and pointless, but I can see how thick the roof of this Rick-up truck is. This gun is going to need a fun IKEA name if I'm going to believe it's flat pack.
admits that it's pointless, does it anyway. Is that supposed to be funny or something? Because it's not. It's just boring and makes these videos insufferable to watch for anyone with more than 2 functioning brain cells.
You certainly are a burr in my saddle.
Portaling without a portal device. Unless it's in the cane, in which case I would have liked to seen how that worked.
He shot the portal out of the cane. What the fuck else is there to know? Jesus.
What do we do now? Go home? We decide where home is, for each of us.
We'll then see a bunch of Mortys dropped off on different planets all by themselves. Couldn't some of them have decided that home was sticking together? I hate to poo-poo this ending because it feels like a positive change, but it also makes me feel very lonely.
They could have, but that doesn't necessarily mean they did, and we also didn't see where all of them went, only some. This whole sin is stupid.
In fact, it has been remarked by some that Hobbit's only real passion is for food. A rather unfair observation, as we have also developed a keen interest in the brewing of ales and the smoking of pipeweed. But where our hearts truly lie is in peace and quiet and good tilled earth.